based on module based testing technique. Module based in the sense, so we will be creating the model of the application that we are testing, and we will be creating the model in the module section of Tosca, and we will be giving the business values to that. So direct,
Okay.
without any coding or scripting, we will just capture the model of the application, we'll be giving the input. So that's what we are telling it as module based testing technique.
Sure.
Okay, so once you install it, you will see the page like this. So if you have the project already, you can open from here directly. So as we are trying creating the new project, we will be using the create new option. Create new option, and we'll see how to create the new project in Tosca. So after clicking the create new option, you will be getting this window. So I'll be explaining each options here. So the first option would be select type of repository. So in Tosca, there is two type of repository. So the first one is single user workspace. So as we are using the training license, we will be able to access only single user workspace. Yeah, we have got the license, the original license, that time we will be able to access the multi-user workspace. Which the difference between single user workspace and multi-user workspace is, so in single user workspace, all the projects that I'm creating will be stored up in one repository. So from that repository, repository in the sense it's kind of a storage. So from that repository, I can only access the project of mine. So coming to the multi-user workspace, so even the uh, other people in our team can access to the project of whatever we are creating. So it will be, all the projects will be stored up in the common repository. So anyone can access the project from the common repository. Anyone in the sense, whoever has the credentials for that the common repository. So that is the difference between single user workspace and multi-user workspace. So as we have only training license, we will be seeing only single user workspace. So the only difference is in multi-user workspace, there will be an option like check-in and check-out. So in order to access one project, I have to check in with the credential, and after I'm working with that project, I'll be checking out. So other user will be able to check in that project and do some work in that project. So we will be seeing only single user workspace. So you can see SQLite, Oracle. So all these are the options and that can be used in the multi-user workspace. And selecting only create single user workspace. Mm, Here create new workspace in. So the path of the folder, like where you want the project to be stored in, you can select that path. So by default it will be coming like this. So if you want to change, you can select this option,
That's
and you
fine. Yeah,
can
yeah.
select the folder and select name for. So for your project you can give any name. So for us, I'm just giving training 8. Training 8. So whatever name you want to give, you can
Mhm.
give. And then we have one option, use workspace template. So this option, so normally it's recommended to check in this option. So by checking in this option, you can see this the below text box got highlighted.
Correct.
So checking in will add this file, standard ds.tsu file, to
TSU
my
file.
project. So .tsu file means Tosca subset.
Mm.
So all the files, all the projects, if you want to transfer to some other, we will be transferred in the file format of .tsu.
Okay.
.tsu means Tosca subset. Yeah,
Okay.
subset. So by checking in this, one standard file will be added to my project. So what is the purpose of that standard file? All that will be I will be telling you after creating this project. Okay.
Okay.
So by default it's recommended to check in this checkbox. Even if you forget to check in that, or if you miss to check in that box, check in that checkbox, it's no issues. We can add in our project also. So I'll show
Okay.
you after creating the project. So we are done with everything. So I'm
Mm.
just clicking on OK button. So any questions from this window?
Okay.
Normally, I'll be teaching. Actually, normally it would be 1 hour session. So I'll be
Mm.
teaching, and after that, the people will go and practice in their own time. And will, if they have doubt, they will ask in the next section. So if you want to try in the in our session only, you can do whatever will be convenient for you. We can do.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So once you create the project,
Okay.
the test case section. So here in this test case section only, we will be giving the input values, whatever input uh, we want to give in order to automate the application. We will be doing all the things in the test case section. So designing how the script should, sorry, how the test case should run. So all the things will be done in this test case section. So and next module section, so we will be seeing each sections in detail, so I'm just giving the overview
Right.
of each section. So in module section, so you can see standard modules, so we checked in one checkbox, right, standard.tsu. So
Right.
because we selected that option, you can see the standard modules folder has been added to your project by automatically. So
Okay.
that is why. So what is the purpose of the standard modules is, so normally module section means in module section we will create the modules, which means we will create the model of the application that we are testing. So which means it will have the technical data of the all the controls that we want to automate in our application. So in
Okay.
standard modules, uh, there will be some modules which are predefined that we can do for, which are common and we can use in our test case. So for example, extend the T-box automation to full. Yeah. So you can see a basic Windows operation. So you can see these are the modules under that folder: T-box takes screenshot, T-box clipboard, T-box send keys. All those are modules. All those will be called as modules. So these modules are predefined. So Tosca is providing us some predefined modules that we can uh, use in any application wherever it is needed. So while in our training, we will be seeing some major standard modules, how we can use that and all. So that is the purpose of standard modules. So we'll see the X engine modules also. X engine.
Mm.
So the modules that we will be creating will be called as X engine modules. That will be X engine modules.
Okay.
Then requirement section. So in requirement section, we will be entering all the requirements that we want to test for that particular application. So it helps us to track the status of the testing, like how many test cases we have created and how many yet to be created, and what is the status of the execution. All those things will be tracked here in the requirement section. Normally it's up to your project. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
normally, in order to automate any application, we
Mm-hmm.
we need to know module section, test case section, and execution section. Requirements, test case design, all those things will be extra thing. Then test case design. So test case design helps us to simplify few things. Like sometimes we will be needed to uh, test test the same test case with multiple inputs. So that time we can go with test case design. So uh, it is easy to maintain the test cases and it simplifies the test cases. Okay, I'll give you one example in order to understand this test case design section. So,
Sure.
for example, we'll take the login the test. So, normally, in order we will be verifying, we will be testing that login scenario with multiple inputs, right, to the
Correct.
username and password. So, so we will be uh, in test case section. If I'm directly creating the test cases for all those inputs, there will be number of test cases I have to create. So, for example, if I'm in, if I have one scenario like both username and password valid credentials. So that time I'll be creating one test case for that scenario, and I have another scenario like for the same module for the same login. I want to try with different scenario like invalid username and valid password. So that time that will be the second scenario, and third scenario like valid username and invalid. So like this, I have three scenarios uh, to test that functionality of login. So if I'm creating all those things in test case, I have to create the three different test cases in the test case section. Instead of that, in using test case design, I can use the same test case, same that uh, two fields. I
Mm-hmm.
can give different input using test case design. For all the three scenarios, I will be using three different credentials, right? So all those inputs I can give using test case design. So it will simplify the uh, test case whatever I'm creating in test case section. So it will minimize the manual work. Yeah, I guess yeah, you will get to know more when we are diving deep in the test case design section. Not sure.
Okay.
UI, we have demo workshops which is provided by Tricentis. Will be using that. Okay, you have signed up for API also.
What do you mean?
Actually, normally I would train in UI. So okay. Next execution section. So as the name conveys, so we will be executing whatever we have created in the test case section in execution section. And issue section, so we have two things regarding execution. So execution section we will be using for the uh, final execution. So there we can get all the results. So log of the results. We have one more thing called scratchbook. From your keyboard, just press Control plus B.
Bravo. Scratchbook.
So you
Okay.
can see scratchbook. So this in this scratchbook, we will execute temporarily. So temporarily in the sense, so we will be creating the test case. So when we in order to check if that created test case is running fine or not, we will be running the test case in this scratchbook. For the temporary purpose, we cannot store up any execution here in the scratchbook. In
Got it.
execution, we will be doing the final execution, and all the results will be stored up there, and we can generate the report also.
Okay.
Okay, then if issue section, so again like requirement section, is issue section also, maybe you may use different tool in order to convey the issues you are raising to the, so you can use that. So normally it's up to your project using this issue section. So in issue section we will be logging in the details, like whatever, so whatever the issue and severity, all the things you can seeing all the titles you can get to know, I guess, priority, severity, type, everything. So in configuration section, so configuration section is normally used to configure with the other interfaces like API, mobile, or some other different data service, test service. We will be using the configuration section.
So nothing.
So normally, in order to work with API, we will be using. You can see in top left corner. Sorry, in the main menu, API tools. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
we will be using that while using the API in order to work with API. So this
Okay.
configuration is something extra. Like configuration is nothing but there would be some settings in the what's predefined settings in the Tosca, and sometimes we have to configure something which is related to our project. So that time we will be using the configuration.
Okay.
And then test planning. So test planning is basically, again, we will not be maximum. It's up to your project. We will not be using maximum. It's
Mhm.
to it's kind of a meeting along with your team members, and you'll be planning about the testing, like
Right.
whoever want to. So that it's basically a meeting.
Got
So
it.
again, you will be using different method in order to convey the details with your team members. So it's up to the project requirement. Okay. 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 Then we'll start with module section. So normally we'll start. Normally, if you are using requirement section, you can start with requirement section. But
Okay.
normally, most of the projects they would ignore this requirement section. So we'll start with module section only. Okay. So in top you can see modules option, right? You just click on that beside the API testing. Okay, so as I said, in
Mhm.
module section we will be creating the modules,
Okay.
which means we will be getting the technical data of the controls that are present in our application that we are testing. So, so the modules, that folder will be the root folder. So under that folder, we can have the folder what if we need. Okay. So in your Chrome, sorry,
Mhm.
in Edge browser, you want to use Edge browser. So you just yeah, just type in demo web shop. Yeah, the first link. Mm, okay. So you just click on logout. Okay. Mm, okay. So first we will be creating the module. So first we'll see how to create the module for login function. Okay, login functionality with for that scenario. So under modules folder, you can that root folder. You can minimize all the standard module thing. Yeah. So under this, yeah, you can close. Okay,
Okay.
under this modules folder, root folder,
Mhm.
we can create the folder. So
Okay.
folders are normally used to maintain the elements which are present under the particular section. So under modules section we can create one folder, like for login. For
Should I do
login
virtual?
Not virtual, first one. Folder. Yeah,
Okay.
folders. Mm, mm, mm. Right click on the root folder and yeah, right click and create. Sorry, eh, in the top there are some options are showing up, right? Right, no, right click on model section.
Yeah.
Sorry, and mod, no, sorry, that modules root folder.
Okay.
And you can see the first icon, folder icon, above that, in the left click, uh, with the left one. Okay, so now you can enter the name like login. Okay, so for login functionality, we want to capture the all the necessary controls, all the necessary controls that are present in the application. So go to the application. So you can see in order to log in, first we have to click on this login link,
Mm,
and then you just click on that. So then it will be showed up, the email and password, that thing will be showed up. So the first step will be clicking on that login link. So we have to
right.
create the module for that. So go
Okay.
to Tosca. So right click on, in order to scan. So we will be scanning in order to capture create the module. So in order
Okay.
to start the scan, right click on that folder, login folder. Yeah, you can see the option scan. So there are some different options available there. So we want to scan the application. So just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we have to and select scanners. 1 minute, it's low. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
yeah. So now we have selected the login. So now we have selected the, as we are focusing the login functionality, we have just selected the login link. So when we are working in the project, like when you want to create the test cases for whole project, what you would be doing, like, so you would be capturing all the options: register, login, shopping cart, wish
Correct.
list, all these options under one module, and you would name it like some options present in the application, something. So yeah, you can select all the options also. We will be using that in our test case. No, register, shopping cart, wish list. So we can name all these
And search,
options,
right?
all
No.
these links.
Yeah.
Uh, Search. Yeah, we will
No
not
need.
be using that much.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
you can in the left, in the scan window, scan window, you can see all the links that we selected came up.
Mhm.
So in Xscan, we have three different views. So the window now, whatever we
Mm,
are seeing is called basic window, basic
correct.
Xscan window, basic view. So you can see. And we have two more options: condensed view and advanced view. So I'll tell you what is the purpose of condensed view first. So
Mm,
condensed, you just click on that. So you can see in right side of your window, it got pinged up. So sometimes in order to view your application that you are scanning properly, sometimes the window will be hiding all the controls beside that. So that time you can use this condensed view in order to view the control. You view all the things that are present in our application more prominently. So that is the only purpose of this condensed view.
Okay.
So
It
from
doesn't
here,
matter if your screen is like
you are telling about zoom size. Scanning our zoom size, the browser zoom size should be 100. So that's one thing we have to make sure, but I'm not sure about this minimized thing.
okay.
Yeah, we can try after this. No
Mm.
issues.
Okay.
So
So where should I go? Yeah.
yeah, in right side you can see basic view and finished. So if you are
Right.
clicking into basic view, we can come back to the text and basic view. Yeah, just click on.
Hmm.
Okay, so that is condensed view. Condensed view's purpose is to see the application more clearly. So that is the only
Correct.
purpose. So in
Okay.
basic view, so we can scan the module. Sorry, we can create the module. We can scan the controls, but we just scan that. The only thing we can do in basic view is scanning that, creating the module. We can, so in advanced view we will have some more options that we can use in scanning. See that advanced view, so go to basic view once. So in basic view if you see two more options, so finish screen option is that. My
Finish.
Yeah, finish screen option. So after you're done with the scanning, so after you capture all the controls, if you click on that, okay, just okay, if you click on that, it will saved up, the work will be saved up, and the new window will be opened, expand window will be opened up in order to scan the next window. So if you close the window, it will be closed up, the window will be closed up. Yeah, so you can see. Okay, the body has been selected. Okay. So this is the only thing we can do from basic view. We can just select the controls and we can say the selected controls. We'll see about and one more thing, we can rename the controls also from basic view. That also we cannot do renaming anything, we cannot do, just select the controls. So in basic view we can rename it if we need, and
Okay.
we can scan the controls. So we'll see the advanced view now. So you just start scanning, click right click on folder, right click on login folder, and select the option scan and application. Okay, so click on that advanced view. Okay, so I'll
Should I expand?
explain the options. Yeah, I can explain. So I'll explain each of options that are available in advanced view.
Okay.
So the first is view. So in order to go back to condensed view or basic view, you can use that option.
Hmm.
And then finish screen. So you know that, and
Hmm.
highlight selection. So so in advanced view, what you can, in two ways we can select the controls from the application. So the one way is you can use the option select beside the highlight selection. You
Hmm.
can see the option select on screen, right? Select on screen. So you
Hmm.
can use that option in order to select the controls whatever you want in that particular scenario, you can use that option select on screen, or you can directly select the controls from this advanced view. So you can
Okay.
see books option, computers option, login options, all those options are available in advanced view, right? So you can directly select that option, select the controls, or you can use the option select on screen, and you can select the controls from the application. So these are the two ways. So click on select on screen, and from application, yeah, you can select. Yeah, that is button, login button. The first one is login link.
Mm.
So sometimes you
Okay.
will be confused. Like even if you see there are two login things, there will be sometimes the same elements, the same control will be present in different forms. So in order to confirm which one, you have to disable the select on screen option in order to use the highlight selection. Yeah, if you select the highlight selection, yeah, it
Got
will
it.
be highlighted in order to confirm if you are selecting the,
Yeah.
yeah. So that is the purpose of highlight selection, and select on screen helps us to select the controls from application.
Okay.
Then identify by. There are four options. There are four different identification methods. We will be seeing that each method we will be seeing later after I'm completing all other options. Okay. So then self-healing properties. Select self-healing property. So you can see just unselected self-healing properties. Self-healing property. Yeah. You can see in right side, in right panel, you can see identify by properties.
Mhm.
Right side, right. Yeah. So one of the identification methods is to use the properties. So normally by default it will be identified by properties. So if you click on self-healing properties, self-healing property. So you can say in the right panel you can see it has changed to self-healing property. So
Right.
find this self-healing properties also after I explain this identification method. So it will be
Okay.
easy for you to understand. Right?
Okay.
Then filtered items. So filtered items, you can increase the level of the filtered item or you can decrease. So increasing the filtered item level will you can say, yeah, increase that. In advanced view, you can see all the controls are being visible. Uh, so normally in application, there will be visible, controls also will be there, and hidden controls also will be there.
Okay.
So if you are increasing the level of the filter item, the hidden controls also will be present in this advanced view. So if you are minimizing the level of the filter item to very low, you can see minimize that level to the yeah. You can see okay, the selected one only will be visible. So in order to access um, the controls that are present in our, you can use this filter level. So in order to access the controls that are present in advanced. So yeah, then we can you can see, okay, unselect the highlight selection option. Highlight selection. Okay. Okay. So next option is filter. So for example, if you are looking for one particular link, for example, you are looking for, yeah. So you're not using the select on screen option. You are
Mm.
just trying to select it from the advanced view. So this
Okay.
scan window you're trying to. So that time, in order to filter that particular control you're looking for, you can use this filter option. So in left
Okay.
side, you can see control type. So the control type that you're looking for is link. It's link. So from the drop down, you can just select the link option. Click on that control type drop down. So you just select the link option. Yeah. So you can see in the advanced view scan window, only the links are present. It's filtered. It has filtered only the links, only the control that has the control type as link. And you can see the second option is visibility. So visibility. So as I said, we have hidden controls and visible controls both in our application. So visibility, if you are selecting visible only the visible controls will be showed up. If you are selecting in hidden also, select the drop down. Visibility drop down, you just select. You can see visible and invisible, visible only, invisible only. So based on what control you are looking for, if it is visible or invisible, so you can select the option for visibility. No,
Right?
not in that properties. You just unselect the self-healing properties. We'll see. So in the middle pan, if you can
Mm.
see.
Mm.
Mm, so these
This
are
is visible.
invisible. Invisible one
Okay,
in
okay.
sense, you just in the application, you just about your mouse pointer over the gift cards option. Sorry, not the gift card option. What? You just minimize this Tosca scan window and try with. Yeah, you just hover your mouse pointer over apparel and shoes. Sorry, in electronics. Electronics. Yeah, you can see camera, photo, cell phones. All these links are hidden, which are invisible. So those links
Oh,
will be coming up when you are selecting the option invisible. Okay, so we can use filter option to filter it out. Yeah, you can unselect the filter option. So then search option. So search option. So if you are looking for some control, like you just type in computer. So you can see the computer's link has been highlighted.
got
So
it.
if you are looking for, so you can use the search bar. And then show content preview. So the next option. So you can see it will not be, the content preview will not be available for all the controls. So for some controls you can see. So okay, click on the filter option. um, in control type, select all the options because we have filtered it out. Yeah, okay. And select the filter option. Yeah, scroll up. Which, yeah, you can see Tricentis demo web shop. Click on that. So you can see content view. So how it is looking in the application will be showed up if it is the image. So if it is the link, it will be show up in them. So in order to get the idea of how it is visible in the application, you can use the option content preview. So normally we would not use that much. So not to get the idea of that. Next option is select new application.
So I didn't see what changed here, right? I'm now right now it is
Yeah,
show
yeah,
content.
select the
This is
in the
show right
below.
now, right? It's show. Yeah.
Yeah, in content view you can see that demo option. are getting content review.
You
So
mean
in,
this
in
thing?
the left in the left side pane, you can see
Oh,
content review.
oh, okay, okay, this one. And if I
Yeah,
hide it, I don't see it. Okay, got it.
yeah. So then select new application. So if you are here, yeah, you want to select the controls, scan the controls from different different window or application. You can use this
Right.
option, and you can select the application that you want to scan from here
Okay,
in this window. It will be, so the previous one will be saved up, and the new scan up, new module will be, so new scan window will be open up.
okay. So this will automatically get saved my previous one, and then it just starts a new one
Sorry.
when I click scan. I said now I had this open and I had scanned this one, right? The demo shop. But if I
Yeah.
say I choose another one and click scan, automatically whatever I've done here will get saved
Mhm. Yeah,
for
it
the
will
other
be
one.
saved. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you
Okay.
want me to do a new scan? No, right?
Sorry.
So do you want me to do the new scan or not?
No, no, we can go back. Just
Back.
wanted to show it that option.
Oh,
Okay. Then what? Okay. Now we'll see the different identification methods we have in the advanced view. So click on that identify by option. I'll show you what are the, yeah. These are the four identification methods.
mhm.
Properties. So properties is the default method. Okay. So even if you are creating the
Like these are
module
properties,
from,
right? These are the properties.
yeah,
So anytime you
yeah,
choose this, this is what you get. That's default. Okay.
yeah, by default it will be identified by property. So even
Okay.
if you're creating the module from basic view, it will be identified by properties only. So in
Okay.
order to use other identification methods like anchor, image, or index, you have to come to advanced view. Okay. So
Okay.
first I'll explain about identify by properties method. Then we'll move to other.
Okay.
Mm, okay. I'll I'll take a quick break and some water and come back. Okay.
Let me know what time. So even I can take same time break, right? It's 10:50 now. Should we meet at 11?
10.
It's 10:50 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. We can. Yeah, 10
Meet at
minutes.
11. 10-minute break. 11 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Because that way both of us get a break if we give her time. Otherwise, cannot make out what time to come back.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Mm.
Thanks. See you at 11. I'm not logging
Yeah,
off. I'll see you at 11. Okay.
yeah. Thank
Bye.
you. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. 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 First, we'll see about properties. Mm, okay. So, as I said, by default, we will be doing the identify by properties. So, and one more thing is, it is the stable way. So, comparing to other identification method like anchor, image, or index, this is the stable method to identify any control that is present in the application.
Sure.
So, for login, we want to capture email, password, and login button, all those things, right? So just use the select on screen option and capture all those things,
Select what?
whatever. So now we are going to see how to create the module using identify by properties for login functionality. So
Okay.
use the select on screen option and select on screen and select from the application. Or if you want to select from, it's better to select on screen.
Okay. I've clicked select on screen. Now what you want me to do?
Okay, so in order to log in, we want
Mm-hmm.
email, text box, and password. So
Mm-hmm.
that is, oh yeah, select that email text box. So that is email text box. So
Mm-hmm.
where we will be entering the email value. So in the left side, if you select the email, left, no, that email text in the application.
In the application. Okay, this one.
So that is so the first one. So in the advanced view scan page, if you see the first
Mm-hmm.
email is so the icon will be called as label, text label. So if you want to verify the text that is present in our application,
Mm-hmm.
so if you want to, like, if it is present, that particular text label is present, you can use that text label. And
Mm-hmm.
the second one is the text box. So with the small a icon, that is called email text box. So in
Mm-hmm.
text box only we will be entering the actual value for the email. Are you
Okay.
getting?
Yes.
So the first one is
So this
text
one, the
label.
uppercase email is this one, the label. And the smaller
Yeah,
case email is this text box to enter the email address.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is optional kind of. If you want to verify that in your testing, you can scan that. If
Right,
not, you
right.
can.
Correct.
And the same way, you select the password text box. Yeah,
Yeah.
and login button. So, so now we have selected the controls that we
Mm-hmm.
want to use in our test case section. So
Okay.
just click on the email, first text box. Yeah. So if you select any control in the advanced view page, the right side, the identify properties, that pan will show all the properties which are related to that particular control, which is email.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So, in properties, some properties will be unique to the email control, and some properties will be generic or will be dynamic. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
it may be generic or dynamic. But our aim while we are creating the module um, is we have to identify the controls uniquely.
Mm-hmm.
Why we want to identify them uniquely is then only Tosca will be able to uh, do action with that specific control. If we are if I am uh, selecting some dynamic properties or generic properties, Tosca will be confused while running the test case. It will not be able to identify the control properly. So we have to make sure all the controls that we have selected are uniquely identified. So in the below uh, below of the window, you can see that selected item is unique. In the window, you can see, right, the selected item is unique in green color. Left side, yeah, the below,
Ah,
yeah. So if the control is unique, it will show the selected item is unique. So
okay.
okay, we'll say how to know which properties will be unique or which properties will be dynamic or generic. Just we'll go through the properties section on side.
Okay.
So we have four different kind of properties. The first one is steering property, and second category is representation property, and third will be technical, and fourth will be um,
Transition.
transition property. 1 minute.
Steering, representation, technical, and transition. Okay.
So normally we can use any property.
Mm-hmm.
So normally we would go with technical properties.
Okay.
Why it means, so normally there would be some unique properties. If you're going with representation properties, normally representation properties will be resembling the position of the control or something that will be it would so
It could
representation
change. It could
property.
change. It's
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
always consistent, right? So that's why you're going with
yeah,
technical properties. Yeah.
yeah. So that's why we normally go with technical property. That doesn't mean we cannot use representation property or transition property, but it's stable way to use the technical properties. So in
Okay.
technical properties, you can see by default, Tosca has selected ID property and tag
Mhm.
property for this particular control email.
Okay.
So, it's okay. It's stable only because the value showing email and the tag is input. So tag even without tag, I guess it will is answer like the,
It
yeah
still says it's unique. Yeah.
yeah. So ID is fine.
Mhm.
If you see check the option. So check the option. Here it is false. The values, yeah, the first property, the value
Right.
is false. So for other controls also, the property will be same. Checked will be false. So
Hmm.
normally we cannot go with that property, checked option. So
Right.
if just click on password text box, yeah, you can see the same property, same value. So which is
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
unique. So we
Correct.
cannot go with the checked property.
Correct.
And class name. So class name is also um, so, but we have to be careful while using class name because sometimes it will be unique, sometimes it will be generic.
Yeah, because you can have a common class. So then in that case, it'll be
Yeah,
generic, right, across multiple fields. So it's not
yeah,
unique. Okay.
yeah. So, so normally we will be inner HTML, outer HTML. If you take inner HTML, outer HTML, that there the value will be some link, kind of link, which will be maximum. Open the outer HTML value, so you can see. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
link.
Right.
So sometimes maybe it may be changing. So
Right.
that,
Right.
so
Right.
normally we would avoid inner HTML and outer HTML, and I guess inner text is empty for that, inner text and outer text. So
Right.
ID is best, I guess. So
Right. Right.
for this it will be okay. If you take read only disabled property, all those will be generic value. So we
Hmm.
cannot go with that. So for this control, I guess ID property is best to go with.
Okay.
Yeah, click on login button. So the properties tag and value. Yeah, fine. If you see other properties, checked class name. Yeah, class name is also fine. So disabled. So others are generic properties and other some properties values are empty. So it's better to go with value property. So we just have to make sure the properties that we have selected
It's
are
correct.
unique. Yeah,
Right.
will make that control unique. So you just unselect the value for this, unselect the property value for this login. Yeah. So in the you can see
Mhm.
if it is not unique, it will be highlighted in this color,
Orange color.
silver
Yes.
color,
Mm-hmm.
and it will show the selected item is not unique.
Okay.
So that time, if it is showing, you have to make sure the property you have selected is unique. So
Okay.
in this way, we will be working with identify by properties. So this
Got
is
it.
the default method and stable one.
Hmm.
Okay. Any question till now?
No, nothing. Thanks, Ruby.
Okay. Okay. Then we'll go to the next one. Okay. Unselect the select on screen option. Um. Yeah. Minimize this window once. Scan window. Hmm. So, in some scenario, what will happen is, so you can see apparel and shoes link. In the main menu, also it's present. In left side, there is one categories link. Yeah, there
Hmm.
also apparel and shoes link is present. So, if you are trying to capture this categories, the apparel and shoes which is present under categories link, categories, it will show some error.
Yeah.
Um, okay, you just capture that apparel and shoes under categories. Select using select on screen. You just select that.
You want me to select this using Tosca, right?
Yeah, yeah. Using that scan.
Where is the new scan?
Select on screen. Yeah. And yeah, move this window aside and apparel and shoes. Yeah. Okay. So it's showing what you need.
Mhm.
Now maximize that window. Scan
This
window.
one? Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd also want me to select this? No. Both of them?
No, it will be
Okay.
unique, I guess.
You
I'll
want, we
show
can
you.
compare. Oh, you'll show me later. Okay. Okay. So I have apparel and shoes.
Yeah. Now unselect the select on screen option. Unselect. So click on apparel and shoes, and yeah, in right side just see what properties would be. So I guess maximum. So inner text apparel and shoes has been selected. Even though it has been selected, it's showing it's not unique. So if you select the expert, it will be unique. It will be made unique. It will be made, yeah.
Hmm.
So
And what if I
but
were to do
not
this one? Even this is not
normally,
unique. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. But normally it's better to avoid the expert property.
Okay.
Normally, why I'm telling that means again this expert how it would work is um so in application we will have all these parent and branches will be there, right, while
Correct.
developing the application. So expert will be like in order to it's like a location, it's like the path
The
to the
path. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, position of that particular control. So for example, the login link you're capturing using expert, and after an upgrade in your application, that login link is has been moved to some other position,
Right.
like from top right corner they are moving to the top left corner, for example.
Right.
So that
Hmm.
time the text bar will not work.
Right. Yeah. Because this would have changed. The position would have changed.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So that's why we have sometimes we have to use that. So sometimes right, this control will not be changed anyway. So that time you can go with expert. But maximum we will be avoiding this property expert. Even though if working to make the control unique, we will be
Mhm.
avoiding. So
Okay.
you just uncheck the expert. Will capture this apparel and shoes using anchor method. So
Anchor.
when none anchor, yeah, select that apparel and shoes and select the identify by option, identify, yeah, and anchor. So when none of the properties for the control is not working, which means it's not making that control unique, that time we have to go with anchor method.
Okay.
So anchor method. So in anchor method, we will have two controls. So the
Mhm.
first one is anchor control, and another one is target control. Target control is nothing but the control that we are trying to capture. So here the target control is apparel and shoes. It's the target control because we are trying to capture that. So
I
that is the
don't see
target
though a
control.
target control here, right? I only see anchor control and
Yeah, it will not
yeah.
show target control will not be, it will not be showing like target control. So apparel and shoes is the target control, yeah, because we are
Okay.
trying to make it unique, we are trying to identify that using
Mhm.
some anchor control. So that will be
Okay.
the target control. So anchor control, so another control is anchor control. So in identified by anchor method, what will happen is Using the property of anchor control, Tosca will try to identify the target control. So that is what will happen when we are trying to identify the controls using anchor method. So using the properties of anchor control, Tosca will try to identify the target control. So we'll see how we can do that. So
Sorry, Ruby, a little confused here. So actually, we are trying to do a target control for apparel and shoes, but since we don't have
yeah,
an option to do directly target control, we use the anchor control to do a target control.
um,
Mhm. Is that what?
yeah,
Because see, I don't see a
prop,
target control. So
yeah, using the anchor control, Tosca will be trying to identify the target control.
okay,
So minimize this page once, window page. Okay, so in order to define what control would be used as uh, anchor control, so normally it's better to go with the control which is nearby to the target control. So in identifying by anchor method, Tosca will use the shortest path method. So I guess you may get to know that shortest path method. So which means here in this application we are trying to scan the apparel and shoes links. So
mhm,
that is the target control we are trying to identify. So if I'm using, for example, register button. So in the top right corner, I have the register button. If I
correct.
am using that as the anchor control, what Tosca would do is it will be trying to identify that apparel and shoes link using that register link. So which
Something
is
like this. Okay.
longest, yeah,
Mhm,
which is longest path for the apparel and shoes link.
mhm.
So it will take some more. Sometimes even it would not work. So even if it works, um, it would take some more time. So it's better to go with the control which is table one and which is near about the um, target control. So in our case, if we take the categories, so we
Correct.
have the categories text, right? So
Mhm.
that is the stable one, I guess. So under the categories, we may have links added in the future, but the
Right.
categories would be
Multiple, but they
stable.
still remain. Correct.
Yeah. So we can use that as the anchor control in
Mhm.
order to identify the apparel and shoes. You are getting
Got it. Mhm.
okay. So how we have to map the anchor control with this target control? We'll see that. Open that scan window. Okay. So there are two ways. Okay. So
Mhm.
in right side you can see select on screen option under identify by anchor. Yeah. We can use that option in order to select the control that we are trying to use as anchor control directly from the application. So you
Okay.
click on select on screen. Yeah. And select the categories.
Press Sticking the whole thing instead of just category, right? See?
Uh, the zoom level is not 100, I guess. Is it? Um, okay, unselect select on screen option. Yeah. Check the zoom level once for the browser.
Where would I check the zoom level?
Uh, Click on the three dot option in the top. Yeah.
It's
Okay, it's
100%.
100. Okay, again try it once.
Ah, now it's coming. I wonder why
Okay.
that time it didn't.
Oh,
I'll click.
yeah. Yeah, select that.
Mm,
And now unselect the select on screen option. So you can see that control
Anchor
under
control.
anchor control, it has been
Mhm.
added, and we are getting some error. It's showing the anchor control is not uniquely identified. So the anchor control, the categories is not uniquely identified.
Right.
So we have to make it unique. We have to make the anchor control unique. So the properties that you are seeing now under the
Mhm.
anchor control is the properties of anchor control. So
Yeah, the categories. Okay.
yeah, so you have to yeah, come to technical properties and select the property that will make the categories unique.
There's no ID. So I guess it will be the outer text or like visible inner text.
Yeah, you yeah, you can select either of. Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
the target control was successfully identified.
Yeah.
So now it is made unique.
Yeah.
So this is how we will identify the control using anchor control. So now
Okay.
we used the select on screen option in order to capture the anchor control. The another way is
Hmm.
um, using the filtered item. We have the option filtered items, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so increase until the categories thing is visible. Scroll up little bit. Yeah, you can see categories.
Hmm.
You can see
Categories.
categories control. Yeah, under that strong one.
Hmm.
Okay, it's gone off. Mm, okay, scroll up. Okay, okay, scroll down, scroll down.
This category here, which is
Scroll.
a link on top.
Yeah, click on apparel and shoes that we have selected already, and identify by anchor. Click on option identify. Yeah, anchor. So the another way is just drag and drop the control that we want to use as anchor control from this advanced view over the anchor control. So that is another way in order to add the anchor control to the target control. So one option is select on screen, another option is drag and. So you just select the strong
This
option.
one.
Yeah,
Hmm.
drag and drop over the anchor control. In the right side panel, we have anchor control, right?
Hmm.
Drag and drop over
Oh,
the
okay, okay.
anchor control. Under anchor below anchor control. Yeah.
Mm.
So this is another way
Hmm.
using select on screen or drag and drop option. You can add the anchor control to the target.
Okay. So there's multiple ways of doing the same thing, right?
Yeah, you select the same
Mhm. I
control.
would think the easier way would be actually to go and check from screen, right? Like identify on
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
Yeah,
You can use whatever is convenient.
correct.
Okay. Okay. So this is identified by anchor method. Um, shall we move on to
Whenever you
next
want to
one?
have dinner, let me know, okay? Because I know it'll be late for you, right? You need to have
Yeah,
dinner,
yeah,
right? Let me
yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah, sure. I'll take. Okay. So the third option is identified by image method. So identify by image method. Normally we would not go with image method. Why? Means because the image identified by image method is based on the resolution and zoom level of the application that we are working in. So, for example, you have created one project and you have used the identify by image method. And for in your system, the resolution may be something different, and your team member is using that um, same project, and the resolution of the window may be different in his page, in his laptop or in his system. So that time it will show the error, like it is not mapped. So there is no control, it would show. So because as it is based on the resolution and zoom level of the system that you're working in, so normally it's better to avoid the image method. But in some cases, we have to use there would be some cases we have to use the identify by image method. So that time we have to go with image method. For example, sometimes you may want to identify the control. Sorry, for example, you may want to verify any image. You want to verify how it is looking, everything. So that time you have to use the image method only. Maybe, for example, you have the scenario after entering the details in that particular text box, you may get the green tick mark beside the text box. So that time you have to use the image method in order to scan that green tick mark. Maybe if you are using the properties method, it will only show if there is any control. It will not show if it is green tick mark or red cross, nothing it will show. So that time you have to go with image method. But normally it's better to avoid the image
Okay.
in other scenario.
In our case, anyway, it's disabled, right? Because of the type of control we are using, image and index is disabled. Is that why?
Sorry?
See, right now on
Come
the
on.
screen that I have, we only have properties and anchor. Image and index is disabled.
No. Actually, as the apparel and shoes link is selected, it has been disabled.
Right,
You
right,
just
right.
click on any other link and you can see other. Yeah, just click on some other link and you can see. Yeah. Now click on identify by option.
Okay, okay, got it. Okay,
As we had used the anchor method, it was disabled.
okay.
Okay. Mm, okay. So in demo workshop we have logo. In the application,
Mm-hmm.
just scroll up in the application.
In the application here.
Yeah. Scroll up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have to. Okay. So we have one scenario that in that scenario you want to verify this logo, how it is
This
looking,
one.
everything uh, you want to verify. So if you
Right.
are directly selecting and using the property, you
Mhm.
can only verify if the logo is present or not. You cannot verify how it is looking. So that time you
Okay,
have to go with identify image method.
okay.
So properties method only will be helping us to verify if the logo is present or not. It will not help us to verify how it is looking and all.
Correct. If
That
the image or the
yeah,
logo is the right image, right? So in that case, you use identify by image, right? Like whatever
yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah. So um, okay. Now we'll identify that using image. Select the Tricentis demo web shop logo. That image icon. Yeah, select that. So now select the option identify by and image. So now while
This one, right?
verifying,
Mhm.
it will verify this image also. So this is the control image, which means that it kind of target control.
Mhm.
And under that you can see identifying images.
Okay.
So which identifying images means, so the support, it's kind of supporting images that will help us to identify that will help Tosca to identify the control image demo option. So if you
Got it.
want, you can add identify supporting images. So you just click on that plus icon in under identifying images. Under identifying images. Yeah,
This one.
yeah. Select that. So you can see one plus 1 plus mark you are getting. So that is the control image. The demo workshop is control image. So if you want to get the identifying images, you can use this plus symbol. So for example, under books, computers, electronics, all those links are present, right? You just
Right.
drag it and drop over that. Yeah.
So what should I drag and drop? Because here there's no plus, it's a minus, but this select, you mean select symbol?
Yeah, that is control image. That is the
Yeah.
target control. So
Okay.
for that, we want to add the identifying images. Identifying images means that will help that control image to be identified easily. Yeah,
You're saying
drag
do
and
this.
drop. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So the second, would you like to consider?
Result in long duration.
You just give yes. It's loading into the computer.
Okay.
So you can see in identifying images, whatever you have captured is coming.
Mhm.
So whenever some resolution is getting changed or something has been changed in the control image, Tosca
Mhm.
will try to identify that using the identifying images.
Okay, so if I had a standalone only control image, if there was an issue later, it's more difficult to troubleshoot. The reason we adding this identifying images, it's in relation to this. Like
Yeah.
this is in relation. So that's why we are also adding an identifying image.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So below
Mhm.
identifying image, you can see image properties,
Mm.
and one editable property is accuracy. So accuracy means if you are giving answer while trying to identify that particular control, Tosca will make sure that accuracy is 100%. Even some resolution point is getting deferred means
Mm.
it will not be able to identify based on the severity of the control that you are working in. You can give the accuracy.
Okay.
Okay, it has come. Okay, you just close this window. Yeah, you again use that option identify by and image.
Should I click this?
Yeah, identify by image.
Yeah, I finished clicking that. So first I have to select the field, right? And then do identify by image.
Okay, that window is not coming. Select that image once again. Okay. Mm,
Should I close and start again? Okay, I
uh,
closed it.
okay, okay. You just scroll your window to the right side, Xcan window to the right side. Little bit.
Yeah.
Scroll. Using that scroll no,
Uh,
window scroll. Yeah, right side. Right.
this one.
Yeah.
No, are you
On
talking about
max,
this window or this
uh,
window? Which window are you talking about? This one?
Xcan window. Maximize that window. Yeah, maximize.
Oh, maximize the window. Okay. Mhm.
Mm, okay, okay. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, right. It got unselected.
So you can select
Okay,
this. Okay.
yeah, I didn't. Okay, click on that image thing in the right side. Yeah, click on the. Okay, so drag and drop to the previous page. I guess that will work.
This one, you want me to go?
That identified by image window.
Okay.
Just drag and drop that window to the scan window. I guess it will be
Which is the scanned window? I have this, right, image. You want me to drag it here? No.
This is identified by image window. Okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Drag and drop to that Xscan window, that advanced view window.
This window. You want me to drag this, is it?
Yeah, drag and drop to the right side, which is in the previous position. Okay, then let it be. It's okay, right? Even if the view is like.
What can I drag and drop? I didn't understand. I'm trying to move this. Nothing is moving, right?
Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Um. Okay, let it be. It's
Looks like it's already here. See if you look here.
okay. Fine.
You want to take over, share the screen, or oh, but that's my computer, right? Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, fine. So, okay, we were talking about the accuracy problem. So, by default, the value will be 95. So, you can give accuracy is 50 also or 100 also based on the severity of the control that you are working with.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you are giving accuracy 50, even some pixel is missing in that image, Tosca will be verifying and will tell us like it is passed. So if I are giving the accuracy 100, even if some pixel point is missing in that image, Tosca will say it's not that control is not present, kind of.
Oh, okay,
So
okay. So that's why
that's
it's like
why.
95. Okay, okay.
So you can give the accuracy whatever you want to give to the particular image.
So this in this case is good, right? Like that we have nine, whatever. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how we will be identifying the controls using image. So whenever you want to identify any control in the image format, that time only use this method. For other time, for other links or something, maximum try to avoid. Okay, even if the property is not right. Clear? Shall we go to the next method?
Sure. But we didn't really do anything, right? It didn't drag and put it here, right? Or did it already do that?
Yeah, while we are using identified by image, it will be identified as image. And if you
Okay.
want to add the identifying images, like
Mm-hmm.
which will help supporting images, that we can drag and drop,
Okay.
and we can set the accuracy.
That we did here, right? Identifying
Yeah,
images.
yeah.
Okay.
You can have more number of identifying images using that
Okay.
plus option.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Then the final method is index method, identifying by index. So index in the sense number, kind of number.
Mhm.
So go to the application once. Demo option. Yeah. So yeah, log into the application. Okay. Okay, save that scan window and come and do that. Will come in the separate window. As we are changing the window, it's showing changes you made may not be same. So go to the scan window and save the work and we'll save it.
Where is the save option?
Okay, in the top right, left corner. Yeah, close this. Or you can use select new application. Before
So I've
close
already
save.
saved. Now what do you want me to do?
Okay, before close, we have select new application option, right? Select new
Okay.
application. Yeah, click on that. Yeah, minimize this window. Before selecting that application, we have to go to the window that we want to scan.
This one,
Minimize this.
right?
No, no. We want
Mm.
to go after login. We want to scan.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So you don't want to do it till now. Okay. So now I'm not clicking scan. You want me to just go to the window. Okay.
Yeah. Now login. Yeah, leave. We are logged in, right? Mm, okay. Okay. Go to any product, electronics or some category. Go to any category option. Yeah. View any product. Okay. Go to some other different category and view some product. And yeah, view product, some product. Yeah. Yeah. Click on that. Okay. Now click on that. Um, okay. Click on that logo.
This one
It will bring
or this one?
that logo. Yeah. It will bring us back to home page.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You can see now recently viewed products in the right page.
Mm,
Yeah, in the
mm.
right. You can see right recently viewed product. Whatever product you viewed now have been coming here. So these links, these products are dynamic, which means whenever you are viewing one product, that product will be coming up. Maximum 4 products will be coming up under the recently viewed products. So,
Okay.
so you may have scenario, you cannot use the properties or you cannot use the anchor or some other method. So you just want to use the index method. Index in the sense using the number using the number of the control. So what would happen is Tosca would have numbered each control here. For example, the
Yeah.
logo may be, number 1, and
Mm.
that email ID may be 2, logout may be 3. That way, each controls have been numbered with some numbers. So using that number, we are trying to identify the control. So whenever we have some control that is dynamic, that we cannot be captured using uh, properties or anchor, that time we can use this index method. Again, it is not the stable method. So if you are adding some control here, control before the recently viewed product, the number will be getting changed. So this is not the stable method identified by index, but in some cases we have to use the index method. So that time only you can go with identify by index method. So in our scenario, recently viewed product, we have 4 links. So maximum we will have 4 links which are dynamic. So you want to click on the first link. No matter what product is present there, you just want to click on the first link. So that is the scenario. So you want to identify the control for that. So that time you can use we can use the identify method, index method. So we'll see that. So start now, go to the scan window and select the application. Yeah, first one. Yeah, use the select on screen option and select the first link.
Select the. I'll
Minimum,
make this like
yeah,
this.
minimum,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and select the first link. from the recently viewed product. And yeah, diamond, uh, diamond earrings. Yeah, that link.
Even that time we had this problem, right? The selection thing
Yeah.
is, it doesn't.
Okay. Okay.
It
Unselect
took the
this
whole thing, so I
border.
need to exit out of
Then
this.
okay, then we'll select on the advanced view. Not sure.
Can I close out and try again?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the screen is full. Let me just make sure it's full. Okay, it's 100%. Yes. And I want to select this one, but before that, I need to go back to Tosca Commander, right?
Yeah. Last.
And scan.
Yes. Scan application.
Now it's coming correct. See, I don't know why it does that. You saw right that time, like unless you do. Now it's showing correctly, but that time it wasn't. So should I click on this link?
No, select you first select the select on screen option and then select. Yeah. Yeah. Now try to select. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it's coming. Okay. So we are
So why,
trying.
1 minute, why do I always have to do select on screen and not directly click the link? What happens if I scan directly the link? Like that time I did scan and instead of doing select on screen, right, I clicked on that link. What's the difference if I do directly the link versus select on screen?
Okay, the thing is, if you are not selecting the select on screen option and if you are trying to click on that, it
Mhm.
will click, it will perform the action. Like it will, the diamond wave earrings will be, the link will be clicked on.
Oh, okay.
In basic
Got it.
view, yeah, in basic view,
Okay.
by default, it will be enabled. But in
Okay.
advanced view, we have to use this option in order to scan the
Okay.
control. Okay, so this is the link we are trying to identify using index. So now unselect the select on screen option. So the identify by option will be enabled. So click on the diamond wave earrings. Okay, before that we have to make sure, um, because we are trying to click on that click on that link, the first
Mhm.
link, no matter what product is present.
Right. So
So
even if the product changes, we always want to click on the first link available under recent view products.
yeah, yeah. So we have to make sure the technical property that is making this particular link unique should be unselected. So come down
Yeah.
and
Instead
in
of
that page.
diamond wave, instead of diamond
Yeah.
or tag.
Okay. Tag is okay. That's fine. So now we will be identifying it using index, the number. So
Index.
click on identify by and index. So you can see 55. So the number of this control is 55. Yeah. Select that. So what will happen is, if you are using this module in a test case,
Mhm.
Tosca will just click on that link no matter what product is present there. Then it will
Okay.
click on the first link. So this is one thing. So yeah, that's it. This is the identify by index method.
But in case, if I know in my
Mm,
test case, right, I'm always going to my test case is always checking for diamond wave earrings. It'll be there, but not always in the first index. It may be in the second or third. Like if there are 4 items, right, I'll always keep say diamond pay, but it may not be in the same place. How will I always get to that? Because in this case, it's the index is 1. But what if the index has now
Hmm.
moved to the second item? How can I find that diamond pay variance?
Okay, for that we have one more thing. So that we will be seeing after seeing about the test case section. So in middle of the test case section, so we will be seeing that.
Oh,
So
okay,
that is
okay,
called
okay,
explicit name. So I'll tell you that.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we are done with the identification method in module section. So
Okay.
this is it. So using all these things, whatever we have seen till now, you can
Mhm.
create the modules.
Okay.
So yeah, you can close this window
Close the window.
and
Do I need to
yeah,
save?
yeah, you can save and close.
Close this one here, right? Oh, yeah, both are the same.
Anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, go to Tosca now.
Mhm.
Okay, so now you can see we have captured, but we haven't renamed that. So it's better to always rename that will be understandable to you and to your team members. So it's better to have some common naming convention in your team, your project. Like we have demo webshop.login, right? So instead of that, you can give some other name to that model that would be understandable to everyone that whoever will be using that project. So that
Okay.
is one thing. Uh, yeah, this is all we will be doing while creating the module. And we have some other additional options that we will be seeing later in module section, like merge modules, file duplicate. Those options will be seeing later. Yeah, yeah, we'll be seeing later. Okay. Okay, then can I have my dinner and come back in a few?
Yeah, if you give me a time, it's 11:54 now. What time? If you give me a time, I'll come back at that time, right? So I can keep an alarm. So let me know how long
Okay,
you
normally
want.
at what time you will take lunch?
No, I can have early lunch. It's not a problem. That's why I'm saying if you want to go and have dinner now, I can have an early lunch. Uh,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So normally
You can
I can. Yeah,
come back by 12:30 for you
yeah.
as now.
12:30 is fine. Yeah. So then I can have lunch at 12, and I'll come back at 12:30.
Okay, okay, fine then.
That'll work for you, right? 12:30.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I'll see you at 12:30.
Yeah. Okay.
Enjoy your dinner.
You too. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you. Bye.